What is up, Aquarius? What's up, y'all? How you doing? It's time for your weekly check-in. We're going to see what's going on with you guys for the first week of August. So, if any of you are in need of a personal reading, you can visit my website, tarotwithrich.com. I got a link for that in the description of this video. Remember, I am now doing general personal readings. You ain't gotta ask me nothing. You ain't gotta tell me nothing. All you gotta do is click what you want me to read and I do the rest. Super easy, efficient, and very cheap too. That's why everybody likes it so much, I think. I offer a lot more than that though. Everything else is on my website. Oh yeah, I do have an announcement to make. My new course is not quite complete yet. But we did have to put one out for the month of August, and we took a poll. And the course that won the poll for the month of August is Manifesting Financial Abundance. And so far, this is the most valuable course that I have in my whole school. And it's not what you would think. It has nothing to do with money behind why it's so valuable. Yeah, you can use it for that. But once you learn this, that means next to nothing. It's the science and quantum physics behind how the manifestation process actually works. That's the golden nugget right there. So it's not something that you're absolutely required to know, but this is more geared towards those of you who have been trying to manifest for 5 years, 10 years, and you just cannot figure out how to get it to work. So you're one of the people that's just jumped off the manifestation bandwagon. You're tired of talking about it. You're tired of hearing about it because you can't figure out how to get it to work. I get you. I totally understand your frustration. I guarantee you, once you find out the science behind how it works, that'll make all the shit that you've heard make sense. Because there's one very important key element that gets left out of most mainstream law of attraction teachings, and that breaks it down and explains it. The link for that is in the description. September 1st, it goes bye-bye. All right, let's see what we can tell you about your situation and the person you're dealing with in the first week of August. What can we tell Aquarius, universe? Once I find a fucking deck that'll talk to me. Come on, man. This is one of my favorites right here. It's getting an attitude. How about this one then? Nope. Hang on. My decks are being stubborn. How about this one? Okay. What can we tell Aquarius, universe? Ooh, Hermit reverse. Some of you dealing with a Virgo, possibly. 3 shuffles. There's 1. Here's 2. And 3. Judgment. King of Cups reversed. Page of Cups reversed. Yeah, well, I mean, I think the person you're dealing with knows what they want to say to you. With the Ace of Swords right here. With Page of Cups, 4 of Wands, both reversed, they aren't seeing what they would consider to be a good opportunity to come forward and say it. Oh yeah, they want to talk to you, that's for damn sure. But only if the right opportunity presents itself. Now, what would most people consider to be a good opportunity to come say something that they're afraid to say? When you're at a weak place, right? When you're at a weak, vulnerable place. You get broke up with. You get cheated on. You lose your job. Car gets repoed. Granny's in the hospital. Dog got hit by a car. Something. When you're at a weak, vulnerable place and you got a big chink in your armor. And you're at a vulnerable place where your guard is down. That's where most people who are hanging along the sidelines That's what they're looking for, to slither up in there. You know? So, yeah. Other than that, though, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot happening here. Some of you dealing with an Aries, possibly. I got Aries and Virgo here. Yeah, it doesn't look like a whole lot's happening other than that, which I guess is good, because that would mean that if they don't see a good opportunity, then obviously nothing bad's happening to you. But I would caution this. I know most of you don't need to hear this, but I've seen this in the past. Don't go start posting boo-hoo shit trying to get this person's attention. I know most of you ain't that dumb, but I've seen people do that before. You know? So, what does it mean if somebody is going to wait until you're vulnerable to approach you? What does that mean? That means they want to manipulate you. That's what it means. If they weren't trying to manipulate you, why the hell would they need to wait till you're vulnerable? They wouldn't. They wouldn't need you to be vulnerable if they're not trying to manipulate you. So you better be careful with that. Again, I know most of you don't need to hear that. I just felt called to say that because I've seen people do that. You know, they'll try to appear vulnerable, appear weak to try to get somebody's attention. And every now and then it'll work. And they'll slide up in them DMs. And they will take full fucking advantage of you. Let's see their deepest feelings for you. Their deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. Let's see. Queen of Coins. See, they know you ain't playing games. They know. That's why they're hanging back on the sidelines and waiting. Yeah, because they know you ain't playing. They got feelings for you. You already know this. You already know this. I think they kind of obsess over you, honestly, a little bit with that devil card there. If you dealt with somebody that has some sort of addiction issue, no, they have not gotten clean. No, they have not. But yeah, like I said, they know you ain't playing. They know that you don't want to hear their bullshit. So that's why they're waiting until you're at a vulnerable place. And that is assuming that you're dumb enough to tell the world that you're at a vulnerable place, right? You know? Okay. Karmic wheel reversed. They feel a real strong karmic tie. But see, here's the thing with the Empress reversed. Okay, when it all comes down to it, there's nothing about this person's energy that has changed at all. If you want to bring somebody back into your life, what's the most important key factor? Has anything changed? Anything at all? Because, I mean, common sense ought to be able to tell anybody, if nothing has changed on either end, your end or mine, then bringing you back into my life is going to be nothing but a repeat cycle. Let's get the advice on this. Some of you dealing with a Taurus. I also got Capricorn. What's the advice? What is the best advice? Page of Wands. Okay. That's actually all I need right there. Let's see if anything else wants to come out. King of Swords reversed. Okay, look. All right. When it all comes down to it. Seven of Swords. When it all comes down to it. Intentions or not. You have to have somebody who is capable of change. If you got somebody that doesn't even have the mental, emotional, or spiritual intelligence to grow and evolve and change as an individual, nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. Then that means there isn't even any potential. There ain't even no potential. So I think a lot of you are dealing with somebody that's not even mature enough to play the role that you would need them to play. Not even mature enough for it. Honestly, I think the majority of you are light years ahead of this person. Light years ahead of them. They can't hold a fucking candle to your level of understanding and consciousness. So then what are we gonna fucking do then? What are we even gonna do? Would we even make a good fucking team? All right, you take that and do with it what you will. Let's see what's going on with the singles and the person that you're interested in. Single Aquarians and your love interest. What's happening here? Anything good happening? Anything bad happening? Anything happening at all, man? Five of Swords. I hate that fucking card, dude. I almost hate Five of Swords more than Seven of Swords. Almost. See, because Five of Swords is more like, I'll play dirty. You know? Five of Swords could be your best friend. I guess Seven of Swords could too, but the thing with Five of Swords is it's very, very determined. You know? Five of Swords is, I'm gonna get what I want. And I don't care what I have to do to get it. There is no question. There is no taking no for an answer. If I want something, I'm gonna fucking get it. One way or the other. I don't care who I have to lie to, who I have to steal from, who I have to cheat, manipulate, fuck over, throw under the bus, stab in the back. I don't care. I'm going to get what I want. So I don't like that energy jumping out first thing. I really don't. I really don't. So I'm thinking, we got Two of Cups here, King of Cups. So I think y'all are coming together and attempting a relationship. I think so. I do think so, but Queen of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Justice reversed. There's some kind of energetic blockage here. Now, the first spread of the reading is just a general overview from your perspective. So having said that, you're kind of starting to wonder if there's a third party involved. And I think a lot of you may suspect this person's ex. Past energy always comes through. Anytime you read any new connection or potential new connection, there's always past energy in there. Always. Always, 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 always. 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 There's going to be a Six of Cups, an Eight of Cups reversed, a Six of Swords reversed, a Death reversed, or a Tower reversed, or a Karmic Wheel or a World card reversed. There's always, or a Ten of Wands. There's always past energy. Always. Always. So, yeah, you can feel it too. You feel this energy. I think you're trying to do the best you can to keep a level head, though. You know, you're not trying to let any of your emotions or your fears make any stupid decisions for you. You're keeping a pretty level head, but I think you do have some doubts. Could be a Libra for some of you. I also have Leo and Aries here. time to find out. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Let's see if this dude wants to behave for me now. Smith, Waite, Borderless. I love this deck. I love it because, well, first of all, it's borderless, you know, so there's no border around the image. And they're good and sturdy, but not too sturdy. They're still shuffleable. And it has that nice vintage look to it, too. I like the vintage look when it comes to a tarot deck. Alright, y'all don't give a fuck, but I'm just thinking out loud. Let's see this person's deepest feelings, energies, and intentions. Oh, they got their guard up. They got that guard up. Let's get 3 shuffles. There's 1, 2, and 3. Justice reversed on their end, too. Knight of Wands. Huh. Oh, okay. Oh. Well, honestly, I think y'all are kind of mirroring each other. Y'all kind of mirroring each other a little bit. Do they have a DM full of other people? No, I don't think so. Are they keeping any secrets? No, I don't think so. But they are very, very, very guarded. Actually, they're probably more filled with doubt than you. They're probably just a little bit more jaded than you. They probably have more unhealed trauma than you. So that's the energetic blockage that you're feeling. So they're afraid of unrequited love. They're afraid of abandonment. They're afraid of being the one to fall in love just to end up waking up one day and finding out you're tired of them. You know, I think we all been there, right? Fall deeply crazy in love, or what you think is in love. That's not real love, but you know what I mean. You just go crazy over somebody. You get so attached to them, and it's just like, ugh. And then they just get tired of you. They just wake up one day and they're like, man, I'm not feeling you no more. And then it just leaves you shattered, you know? I think most of us have been there. And they're horrified of that happening to them again. So no, actually their intentions do look pretty solid. Their intentions. Now their actions may not be very solid, right? But I think their intentions are. So the signs I have on the table: Pisces, Leo, Libra. Okay, let's see how this plays out. What's the outcome for the first 60 days? Outcome for the first 60 days. Ooh, Devil card reversed. Uh-oh, Six of Pentacles reversed. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not saying that I blame either of you for your approach. Matter of fact, one could even go as far as to say that's a wise approach. But that approach gonna have to change. I'm not against being guarded. I'm not against being on defense. There's a lot of sick fucking people out here who are looking to attack you. But it's really, 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 really easy to get stuck with your guard up. You get stuck like that. Because, you know, you feel safe. When your guard's up, you feel safe. It don't matter who it is. Even when you meet your fucking divine life partner, letting that guard down is gonna be scary. It's gonna be scary. Leaving the most vulnerable parts of you open and exposed to somebody is scary. So if one, the other, or both of you never starts letting that guard down, well, then eventually that is going to lead to this relationship's demise. So let's get the advice. What's the advice? Devil card reversed. Don't let it turn into a sex-based connection. Definitely don't let that shit happen. Hell no. You want to connect at a deeper fucking level than that. And there's gotta be equal give and take, man. There's gotta be equal give and take. And when it comes to the roles that you play, look, let's make it simple. I do what you suck at, and you let me do it. You do what I suck at, and I let you do it. Simple. Fuck some gender roles and this and that. If I suck at something, I'm gonna let you do it. If you suck at something, step the fuck aside and let me do it. Simple. 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 But see, what the problem is that we get people who have their own little beliefs and stuff like that when it comes to all that. And, you know, if you got somebody who sucks at something and they're too fucking proud to step back and let somebody else do it, then we got a problem. And we got a problem. We ain't gonna make it nowhere. We need to be a fucking team. We need to be a team. It's not about who's better than who. It's not about one person being in control. It's about us coming together and balancing our energy so we can build a fucking empire together. All right? And you want to do the best you can to make sure this person knows that they are safe to open up and be themselves around you without being judged. That's a hard thing to do. How do you do that? You know, well, most of the time, you know what really helps? If you go first. That's what really helps. But then, hey, you take a chance on them judging you, right? Oh, well, it is what it is. Somebody got to start the fucking process. And when you are the awakened one, guess what? That puts responsibility on your shoulders. Awakening spiritually, it's like growing up. You know, when little kids make stupid statements like, I can't wait to grow up because I'm tired of going to bed at 9 o'clock. I can't wait to grow up so I can eat cookies whenever I want, you know? Because in the little kid's mind, that's the biggest problems they can possibly wrap their mind around. Now, when they grow up, can they eat cookies whenever they want and stay up as late as they want? Yeah, oh yeah, he can once he grows up. But you try to tell that little kid, if you think that's the worst of your fucking problems, he can't even comprehend the problems and the responsibilities that are waiting for him in his adulthood. Spiritual awakening ain't no different. We all want to spiritually awaken for the same reasons, right? So that we can fix the problems we have in our life. And as grown adults, our problems all revolve around what? Finance and romance. Can you fix those problems by awakening spiritually? Yes. Boy, I'm going to tell you fucking what. If you think that fixing those problems is going to be the end-all, be-all key to your happiness, you got another fucking thing coming. There's a whole other bunch of responsibilities that come along with awakening spiritually, understanding how to play with divine energy, and making miracles happen in your life. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. And in a situation like this, when you are the one who is awakened and aware, when it comes to energetically influencing a situation, the responsibility falls on your shoulders. When you're the one that knows, if they don't even fucking know, they don't know the first goddamn thing about energy. That's not even a concept that exists in their awareness. Most people, you know? So then that means it's on you. So you have to be the change that you want to see. So if I want to see a change in our connection, and I want us to connect at a deeper level, well, I'm going to have to be the bigger person and go first. So I'm going to start letting my guard down. And I'm going to start letting you in on who I am. I'm going to start letting you know some of my weaknesses, some of my vulnerabilities, some of my mistakes and my flaws. And yeah, I'm taking a chance on you using that against me. I absolutely am. But if I don't do it, it ain't going to work any fucking ways. So I would rather take the action and potentially make things better than not take any action and guarantee that it's going to fuck it up. See what I'm saying? And then once y'all get to a point where you can talk to each other about any motherfucking thing, anything, any fucking thing, ain't nothing gonna come between the two of you. Nothing. So, all right, y'all. Well, I feel like those were the messages that my Aquarius family needed to hear. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, all the information on how to schedule a personal reading is in the description of this video. All right, I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.